Yep. Alright, wicked. Yeah, so GJ's obviously come back inside that range 4-hour time frame. Which means, that we could potentially, move up to the top of the range at that point. Look to bag up. Daily's moving up. Structure's bullish at this point. So yeah, we got around 7 minutes left.
Yeah, that 1 hour's looking like nice structure, isn't it?
Yeah, created a support, respecting the support that was formed above resistance. Over
You
here.
want it to close above that, yeah?
Yes, and then once we can get a break of the 30-minute range, then we can look to use targets clearly to the left-hand side. So yes. Kelsey should be on in 5 minutes-ish. You got work today?
Yeah, I've got to leave in 7 minutes now.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Gonna be absolutely shattered. Not been in for 2 weeks, have I?
No, that's right. Yeah, that is right. Morning, YouTube. Gonna make a start here in a minute. Just wait for a few more people to join up. Oh, wait for a few more people to join up.
Yeah, I think them buys might play out,
Yeah, buys could be good.
So if we get the hourly closing above there, that's also the 30-minute closing above that level, isn't it? So.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you do? Keep stops below here or here?
Probably below the range. Below, but yeah, sort of below 540 sort of area. Yeah, just because of them 1 hour wicks.
Oh yeah.
You could potentially have it down over here around 473. Would make sense, but yeah, we'll see.
Just want to get as much planning as I can before I have to head off.
Morning, boys.
Morning, Kels.
How's it going?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Just waiting for this counter to
Yeah,
close.
same. Should get hopefully a nice move.
Right, I'm just gonna. I'm on YouTube, by the way. Let's switch over now to in-game stream. So yeah, some potential nice buys coming up on pound yen this morning. We've only got one person showing up this morning. Wow. 2 people. 3 people. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so basically, yeah. Potential buying opportunities above this 30-minute resistance. Clearly have a range. You can see structure as well, creating higher levels of support. Right, as long as we respect this support, we can continue moving bullish. We have potential rejection areas to the left hand side, but ultimately we can push up to the top of the 4-hour range, which is going to be somewhere over here, tapping into this kind of resistance level. So if you're measuring up your risk to reward, if the 30-minute can close above, you could have around a 10, 11 pip stop loss. And then I'd probably look to mirror that 30-minute candle there, based off that volume. Coming up to around 780 would make sense for a good target, around 14 pips away. Potentially you could make a push up to 835, but you just want to watch. Just want to watch for reaction around 720s would be my thought process. Personally, just watching around that 720 level, could see some reaction, but ultimately trying to mirror that candle that created that bearish volume. So if we're going to move up, we should mirror that candle coming up, basically. But we've got around a minute and a half left. Hola.
Alright, I'm gonna have to go.
No problem, mate. Have a good day.
Bit.
Boss.
Yep.
Got it all planned.
Yep.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you, brother. How was your weekend, mate?
Yeah, it was solid, man. How was yours?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad.
Hopefully we can catch a nice move. That'd be nice.
Yeah, we just got around a little minute left to wait over here for the candle to close. Candle to close. Might get a little pullback on the first candle because of this resistance right here.
Obviously, yes, you know.
Yeah, but obviously I'm focusing on the 30-minute. We'll see. What's YouTube saying? What's everyone saying? People looking at potential buys coming up. Pound yen. Worth a go Monday morning. Break of the range. Potential continuation outside of the range. Look to the targets to the left hand side. You can see clearly where your daily zone is, your next 4-hour level is. Know what I'm saying? Could be good. That little alarm I hear.
Yeah, a little alarm going on. Nice and these.
Nice.
Nice clean can to the left, to be fair.
Yeah, like I said, should be good to mirror that candle coming up. Yeah, I'm looking for around clean move coming up to 780s based off just over 1 to 1. You can see new 30-minute candles already starting to move bullish at this point. We've got this wick to fill over here around 781, and then we've got potential rejection area at 720s, and then we could potentially come up to around 780s. All we're moving here. Nice early push. Yeah, it's a nice move. Yeah, moving bullish. Should be good, but once we hit 720, should be good to continue up to around 780s. Just keep an eye on it. YouTube, keep an eye. got around 4 or 5 pips profit over here for those paying attention. Anyone on the YouTube paying attention, maybe that's part of your plan. If that's good, that's good. If it is, but obviously the candle's just opened up, so we're just gonna let it do its thing. Relax. Sit back and chill. What'd you do the weekend, mate? Anything?
A bit of time with the family, that's pretty much it though.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, how about you?
Nothing much really, just going over some things from the week and yeah, that type of thing really.
Yeah. Getting prepared.
That's it, mate, that's it. That's right.
Broken the 4 hour high now as well.
Yeah, 1 outlet's good. Yeah, definitely was looking for buys for the session. Obviously it's very limited based off the current range that we're in. But only kind of thing that made sense based off of 4 hour closing back inside the range, 30-minute structure, 4 hour structure, sorry, 1 hour structure, so everything was bullish. So yeah, there was no opportunity for sells, should we say. Break of the range, look to continue. I was going to say, once YouTube's done though, I'll show you a couple of things I've been working on over the weekend. A couple of little things. What's going on YouTube? You lot are quiet. Got 11 people here this morning. Anyone in buys with us? Paying attention, listening up. Could be a nice move. Swatch around 741. Apart from that, should be good. Look to secure, look to bag up. But yeah, like I said, it'd be nice if we can mirror that candle to 781. That's what I'm looking at. You take trade or you still waiting? I'm in a trade. Far out. Mudane, I'm in buys. We discussed at the start of the stream that break of the 30-minute range could give opportunity for upside. Okay, you're in the range. You have to wait for your 30-minute candle to close outside of the range. Clearly closed outside of the range. You now look to continue this move to the upside. So yeah, I'm in a trade at this very moment. But I did discuss that for those paying attention to start the stream. Started the stream and immediately said, yep, if 30-minute closes above, then we're going to be looking for continuation to the upside. So yeah. You know, I'm only interested to close the trade if we start breaking this support that we formed. This is a structural support. If we break down below the support, then the trade is invalid. If we respect this resistance, even pull back, doesn't matter, we can still very much continue this move to the upside. 5-minute candle closed nice and strong, so we just wait. Obviously we can get pullbacks at this point from 7 AM onwards, usually get pullbacks, but it's all good. What about USD? Cause it's bank holiday, it's not good to trade now. I'm not interested in USD bank holiday for London session pound. If it was gold during New York, I'd say yeah. But we are looking at pound during the London session, which means that the volume is influenced by the pound in the London session, which is UK and Europe, right? So I am not too concerned about the fact it's a USD bank holiday, to be completely honest. Yeah, I'm not concerned about that at all. I'm focusing on is pound on bank holiday. No, therefore there should be pound volume as we move into volume session of our time. And if there's no volume, we wouldn't be creating higher levels of support, we wouldn't be breaking structure, we wouldn't be breaking resistance. So we'll see. Volume doesn't always necessarily have to be these big ass candles. That means there's a lot of volume, because you can see price moving very quickly and smashing through levels. That means there's a lot of volume. But obviously there might not be as much volume today, but we're just looking for, you know, quick 14, 15 pip move to the upside. Nothing too nothing too difficult, right?
I'm still in this range, so you don't want to be.
Yeah, we're in a 4-hour range, exactly.
Yeah, you want to be curing fairly quick, like get a move and get out.
Yeah, you don't want to be mucking about, basically, is what Mr. Kelsey's trying to say.
Yeah. High chance for us probably not to get up to 157 this session, so I'm going to be getting out. I was just saying, like, that target like 780 is quite good.
Yeah.
800 at level.
Yep. Where was your entry? Above the wick? No, my entry was based off of this closure.
It's quite obvious.
Yeah, new candle made a little lower wick, flip bullish, take buys, look to push up, and now this candle is obviously driving up at this point, so we're just trying to see if we can continue this move coming up to around 780 is what I'm looking at. I'm addicted to trading. You can see we're coming up to this potential rejection point around 720. Doesn't mean I'm going to be put off by the trade, just means I understand that we're coming up to potential rejection area, and that's it. So now I'm looking for, can we break through, and can we push up to around 780s? Got around 8 pips profit right now. It's looking good. Just watch around 740 as well, a little 4-hour level.
That's what I'm looking at as well. Right there.
But obviously, to make the trade worth it based off your risk, looking at a little bit of a bigger target. But you know, based off of this 4-hour candle, you can clearly see the resistance was formed around 880, which means that's more likely to be the stronger level. That's going to be more reactive than this area, but you know, you want to obviously pay attention to that, basically. I don't like GJ for the last 6-7 days. I want to see breakout from this big range. If you're waiting for a range break of the 4-hour, then obviously that is going to be a much safer, better thing for you to do. Yes. But obviously I'm looking to make money during my session, and I want to be getting up and not doing anything. Therefore I look to take opportunities for quick scalps during London session, which right now meant I could take a trade to get in from here and then look to push up to fill that candle there to the left hand side, basically. So yeah, got around 7 right now.
Yep.
Currently running around 7. So just need a few more pips to around 780 and then we should be good. But if this pulls back, that's okay. That's perfectly fine.
To be honest, just because the error we're in, I think at 740 I'm going to go break even.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. We're nearly there anyway, but
Yeah, of course.
a last little push.
Yeah, I do want to see, I do kind of want to see it continue, same sort of thought process as you, just because we're in that range, etc. But yeah, I wouldn't really want it to come all the way back to the entry now. Yeah, it would be a bit of a nasty wick to the upside rejection. But yeah, the way it's pushed up, I was quite happy for it. Even if it was creating drawdown, etc. down over here, it didn't really matter based off structure. As long as it was respected, we should continue. But yeah, I think there's still potential volume for this to kick in. So have to see how the 15-minute closure might be a little bit of a pullback for this 15-minute candle. But yeah, we'll see. Problem is, we could easily react at this 30-minute level, create a pullback, generate more liquidity, and still fly up. But you know, I didn't come to work to try and get 7 pips. I came to try and get a good amount. Here we go, here we go. So we're now approaching that 4-hour level. Definitely want to watch. And then if we can continue, ooh, beautiful, we're pushing up. So we've got around 10 pips profit over here.
Yeah, it's
Are we going to start being a bit reactive over here to this 4-hour level now? Want to see you smash up, GJ, come on. I'm with you though, definitely probably break even at this point. I think it's going to make sense.
Yeah, I was kind of happy, but if it comes to that 30-minute air and pull back, I'd probably be alright at pulling back because I just like the 4-hour levels a bit more, and to like go and break even and stuff.
Yeah, I think we still could be good, to be honest, for this to pump up. Need a little bit more volume. Lower time frames still very much bullish. But yeah, if you guys are waiting for a bigger 4-hour breakout of the range, no problem in doing that at all. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But like I say, I'm obviously here for my session. So, but yeah, sorry, couldn't get the music to work today, YouTube, I'm afraid. Google Chrome playing up again. I don't know why it does that, to be completely honest. But yeah, Google Chrome playing up. It's goddamn annoying. Oh, GJ, why are we reacting so hard over here? So yeah, this is where obviously you want to be watching for reactions. You can see now I'm starting to find a little bit of rejection. Nothing too alarming, right? But we did have like 10 pips. It's pulling back. It's going to be difficult.
It's 15 minutes closing soon, so.
Yeah, we'll see. Could be generating this little wick on the 5, to be honest. I want this 15 to close strong. Next one can definitely continue. You're always going to see little reactions at these kind of levels, especially when you're in this range. You're going to get an unbelievable amount of reactions to so many levels. So you kind of got to accept that. But you just don't want to see big. You don't want to see like support neglected and things like that, lower time frames. So just kind of watching. See how this 15 closes up.
But yeah, I think that was nearly 10, so if people do want to secure at 10, kind of got that.
Yeah, it did hit 10 pips. If those that secure at 10 pips, me personally, you know, I like to use targets rather than an actual, what do you call it? Yeah, I don't like to have a number. I like to secure like an actual area on the chart that I physically see that makes sense to me. Basically. But yeah, drop a like on the stream. Thank you very much, David. Very true, mate. Very true. Price retracing at this point. I want to see this candle flip bullish on the 15 minute. Don't really want it coming back towards my entry, but we're gonna have to keep an eye on it, right? If it starts to create this 30-minute flipping bearish, probably not going to be the best situation in the world. Coming down quite hard on the 15-minute time frame. Ooh, got stopped at break even. A bit of spread there. Damn.
Oh, I'm just about to do it. Just.
Oh, you're in it. Still in it.
Mm.
Ah, that's annoying.
Yeah, the 15-minute could flip. It's hard to really know what it's doing.
You know what? Probably should have just held that trade.
See what it does.
But we'll see. Still plenty of opportunity for this to continue. So, same targets, 780s. Nothing changed. Now you think we can get in on the retracement. If you want to get in on the retracement, do your thing. If you like the idea of this 15-minute, creating a bottom wick and flipping to continue, do your thing. But I think I closed it. I closed too early there. That was a mistake. Oh well. It's all good.
Might get lucky here.
Yeah, you might get lucky.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. 15-minute candle about to flip over here. So I think once it flips, it could be good to fill the wick and continue up, right? Bottom wick and now need to fly up. Yes, I think that's what it's gonna want to do, but we'll see. It's looking like a nice wick to the downside if you're looking for continued upside, right? But yeah, only reason I went break even was based off that 4-hour level, just because you know you don't want to get caught. Don't want to get caught getting played in this range, because you could get rejections anywhere kind of in here, because that is resistance. You can see clearly resistance, resistance, resistance. So it's very dangerous area, but same time looks good. Made sense based off our session. So if this was outside of that 4-hour range, I would have been holding that position for sure. Just fact of the matter is in that range, so I didn't want to. Not just that, we literally only had like I literally had what, 3 more pips to go. Yeah, 3.
Is it in there?
Yeah.
I've just got 10.
Yeah, I hit 10 pips and then it retraced. Yeah, problem was for me is my target was around 770s, 780s, which you know would have been better, so didn't quite get there. I was looking for a buy but missed it due to not much bottom wick. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it doesn't always have to be much of a bottom wick. I think you just want to see a bottom wick potentially, and that 30-minute did give you a bottom wick. Plus, if you look at structure anyway, the reason why buys made a lot of sense because we were in a range. Clearly see we're creating higher levels of support structurally. We closed back above our overall 4-hour level. Okay, closed above our 4-hour level. So at the end of the day, as long as we respect this area, right, we can still do that to do that, basically. So there's still plenty of opportunity for this to continue up. But I think personally, those who try to jump in now, you know, it's had its reaction over here. I'm not saying we're going to start crashing down, but what I'm saying is your job was to get from here to push to there and then see what was going to happen, because you don't know what's going to happen when you get to this kind of level, right? You can clearly see we're clearly having problems, right? It doesn't mean we're going to reject. It doesn't mean that this is the area where we're going to start creating, you know, downside. That's not how it works. But as you're getting into a trade, there's going to be many levels looking to the left that are going to cause you some problems. So for me, you know, getting in off that 30-minute would allow you to see how we're going to react at these areas, basically based off of what you can clearly see to the left hand side. You've got rejections over here. If we go to our lower time frame, yeah, you can see this is a big, but there's a lot of problems in this area. So yeah, it's just case of understanding that you want to get in a trade and get to it, because then if you have a little bit of dancing over here and then it still breaks up, you're good. But if you got in over here, there was rejection, it pulls back, and then you look to get into a trade over here and then it starts pushing back in the range, it's going to be too late, you know. And like I said, you know, if you were looking for that 1-to-1, then you were looking to secure around basically where it came. I was looking for a little bit more of a high target over here as a target, but that didn't quite push to that level for me. But let's say I was someone who wanted to keep nice tight stops and put stops below that candle there, then I mean this kind of area would have been making sense, because your risk would have been 8 pips for, you know, 8 to 10 pip reward. So you would be looking to have secured in that position, because your job was to say, okay, my risk is 8 pips, anything 8 pips and above makes sense. So basically, yeah, you would be looking to have secured something over here, because your job is to identify where you can, you know, see a clear move and where you're going to run into problems. You're going to clearly run into a problem here. So if your job was to get a 1-to-1, your job was to get from there to there and be done. That's it, straight up. My job, however, was to use the current range and structure as an understanding that as long as we respect this support, which means my stops were below this area, we can get to this zone, potentially break through, and then look to push up to the next level based off my risk reward. So I'm looking for around a 1-to-1 around here, yeah, and then looking at these levels, this area as a potential target level based off current structure. But for someone using stops over here, their target was over here. Make sense?
Yeah, I'm out of this as well now.
Oh, oosh. Difficult.
Yeah, I'm just rejecting off that level then, seems like.
Yeah, man.
Pretty
yeah,
nice. I don't know if that was a target, like it wasn't biggest move, was it? Or maybe that's just what the market gave it today.
Yeah, I mean, we always knew there was going to be problems based off of the 4-hour levels, etc., didn't we? So I think it's one of them. It's one of them. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't get to break even, obviously I'd be still holding this trade, right? So for those still in the trade, if it were me still holding, let's forget that we're in a 4-hour range and let's focus on the current structure. I won't be closing until we get a break below this support, because that's the support that's been created, that's created this whole move up. It's just pulling back. It could easily create another support over here, higher to there, and still continue up and out of the range. There's no definitive that necessarily if this 30-minute closes back below here, that's a fake out, etc. No, not always. That's not always the case. Your data would tell you that. So yeah, I mean, again, this could also be a liquidity grab on the 15-minute time frame to drive up further. So all these things have to be taken into account. But yeah. So for me, if I was still in this trade and you're thinking, oh, you know, do I close it now? Whatever. Well, to be honest, in terms of exit signal, I'd say minimum is a closure back inside the range. 30-minute. If you don't like holding, if it closes back inside the range, then fair enough. That's your opportunity to get out. Me, I wouldn't like it if we started to break down below this support formed. So until then, I'd still be holding this position based off of, you know, what's my next 30-minute gonna do? Is it gonna respect the range? Is it gonna respect this 30-minute? And then I'll wait to see how the next 30-minute forms up. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's it really. But if you were in this move, you know, then like I said, depending on your stop loss placement, depended on where you were looking to secure. If you were like me and you wanted wider stops, potentially somewhere below here or below here, then obviously you're looking at these levels as targets, and you'd still be in this trade based off of saying to yourself, okay, I want to see this area potentially respected. If not, as a last resort, I'd want to see this area respected, because we can still do that. And then this becomes a further target, this wick, for the next 30 minute to potentially fill. So just remember all these kind of little things. You know, one 30-minute rejecting does not mean we're going to start smashing down. We're in a range. There's no confirmation for sells anyway. Previous 4-hour candles did not close bearish. But yeah, worth a little shot. Worth a little shot on a Monday. Definitely worth a little shot, but it was, yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate. Who knows, man? We could be pulling back, create further support, and then off. You know what I'm saying? Think about what would you do if you saw a 15-minute candle do this. What would you do then? Would you look to be buying? Where would you put targets? What would you do? Would you take those entries? So understand a couple of things what you're looking at right now. Start to think to yourself, if you've been stopped, if you don't like the trade, what is it that would give you an opportunity? You know, could this 30-minute close bullish and the next one still drive up?
Yeah, fill up. That's what I'm looking at.
Could you see something like that?
I've definitely seen that before.
Mm-hmm. GJ has been rough lately. Yeah, it's been alright. That's GJ, man. You just gotta get used to it. But yeah, it's also because of the fundamentals in the current market. Potential wars and that, obviously always gonna have big impacts. So yes. Cleaner moves in pre and Y for gold past 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah. But we're not looking at gold right now. We're focusing on pound yen. So yeah, you can see this, the 30 minutes still respecting the range, etc. So still very may well continue up. Usually have more volume come in at 7:30 as well. Support formed on the 5-minute. Target formed over here. Very potentially this could continue. But we'll see. You know, so for those who held buys, you know, you could potentially have a very good day. If this candle doesn't start smashing down, respects here, then bosh, this is going to be a target to fill. And then, like I said, could potentially get all the way back up to like 840s, 900s based off the 4-hour. But based off 30-minute, this area would be a good, sensible place for a target. Can you please explain to me when you would look into taking a buy again? I mean, to be honest, you could potentially have taken buys off this 30-minute candle closure. with the same kind of thought process of stop loss. You know, you could use this 5-minute opportunity to say, okay, we've created a new high over here, clearly, same kind of understanding, pullback, support formed, look to get into a trade, pullback, support formed, maybe let's get into a trade, push to there and continue. So there's definitely opportunity right now, but again, it all depends on your entry requirement. I can't speak based on what you require for entries. Certain people would require different things. Some people like to get on a 30-minute close, but if that was you, then there was your two opportunities to get in, to say, okay, entry, you know, if you didn't like this candle, then your next candle definitely did respect the range. So now would you argue you're more comfortable getting in to buy there? Or is it a case of you want to see a minimum of a 15-minute support formed above here now because of this rejection, and that you've seen a bearish candle? Do you want to see support over here? It all depends on your entry requirements. You know, for me, breaks of the range, 30-minute, could give me a good opportunity. So it all depends. And now you can see current 30-minute is driving up.
Yeah, I'm back in this. I'll go back in.
Okay.
Just based off us on the 15-minute, it was like a kind of like it respected 650. So I thought, 30 minutes still bullish, then close back in the range. It could be a wick fill up and then continue to push.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye. If this can't come up and we close back in the range or something, I'll have to reassess.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, either way, you know, your original, if you just held it and, like we say,
Yeah,
you know,
true.
waited for exit signal, you'd still be in the trade anyway. So yeah, but it makes sense. But yeah, like I said, Moses, it all depends on your entry requirements. So you're not worried about that wick rejection on 30-minute? No, I'm not too worried about it. You know, you'd always be worried about things if you you'd always be worried about things if you traded that way. So yeah, I'm afraid yeah. But yeah, any more questions or anything, peoples? Oh, look at that, 15 minutes. It's okay. Still respecting support. So yeah, might be just 30-minute creating a much deeper 30-minute wick, come back to retest 630 and then continue to fly up. But yeah, like I said, I would not be worried about the wick rejection. It's not that, it's just, like I said, you know, you're only paying attention. So, okay, let's say you see this situation, you have one or two options. You either close it, or you say to yourself, okay, now I've seen this, now close this back in the range, I could close over here instead of down over here. Because you could argue, okay, we're clearly then finding rejection, I don't want to be playing, you know, I don't want to see big bearish candles at this point. So yeah, it all depends. But you know, look at the 1 hour. Would you have any concerns about the 1 hour? Look at that 1 hour. That rejected. Then what did it do? Pulled back, support formed, and continued. Filled that. So is it a case of just doing the same process? Would you be happy to hold that then? If you now look at how the 1 hour created rejection to the upside and still continued. This is the thing. It all depends on your personal personal preference. There's no blanket, there's no blueprint. You know what I mean? And certainly, you know, what something I do may not be something that you're comfortable with. So, just remember that. How long you traded for? Oh, good question. I mean, the whole entire experience, probably about 4 or 5 years now. The whole thing, yeah, about 4 or 5 years. Since day one of opening my first trading book. 4 or 5 years, yeah. Trading live properly, like every day. Probably 2 to 3 years. Probably 3 years, to be honest. Now I know 30 minutes broken, 30-minute low. So obviously not a good sign, but again, depends on your entry requirements, depends on your exit plan. Do you have an exit plan? What is it that you're looking for that will get you out of a trade? What's your, this is danger, I need to get out? Is it a 15-minute closure back in the range? Is it a 30-minute closure back in the range? Because if so, you still got 21 minutes to wait. If you're waiting for a 30-minute closure, you still got 21 minutes to see, and this candle could be up all the way over here by then. So you never know. Are you focusing on your 5-minute time frame? Are you waiting to say, okay, are you waiting to say, okay, if we break below here, then maybe I'm going to close it? But is that going to be good enough? Is that really going to make your trade invalid? I don't know. Depends on what you've been looking at and practicing, right? Nice, man. What did it take to leave your day job? Well, to be completely honest with you, Wayne, I still do my day job, and I'm not afraid to say that. That's why I trade London session. I get up nice and early, I do my trades, and I go work. I start a little bit later than most people. But that allows me to still trade, right? So, but yeah, no, I have no harm in saying I still do my day job. I tried to quit my day job about a year and a half ago, doing the trading. I was on a much higher lot size, and I just found the pressure got to me, being a sole income, things like that. So don't rush it. I can tell you that from experience. It didn't really actually do me any favors. I was doing well for the first little bit of actually going full time, and then as soon as a few mistakes started to make, it really threw off the psychology, because you know, now in the back of your mind you're thinking, shit, you know, this is my only income, I can't afford to be making these mistakes, and it just, yeah, I just can't see it doing you any favors, to be completely honest. But yeah, so I still do my day job now while trading, and it's so much better for my psychology and everything, because I know that even if I don't have a good month trading, or if I do have a good month, it doesn't really matter, because I'm covered my bills with my day job. So that transition for me now to go full time would have to be, you know, after I've got definitely, you know, a really good amount of capital, and obviously it'd have to be when I feel much more ready, you know, when I can psychologically take the idea of going full time. I've got enough capital that I can make one trade and make my whole month's wages, you know what I mean? So that type of thing would then say to me, okay, I want to be full time, you know? So, but yeah, I don't bog yourself down, you know. Don't feel there's got to be a rush to get full time. You know, I know plenty of full time traders that aren't even full time. You know, they're just trying to like sell signals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they're not even proper traders. You know, there's a very few that actually do this properly with, you know, not relying on other incomes of things that they do on the side, like your signals and stuff like that. A lot of people, generally don't make a lot of money from the trading, but do from things like that. You know, I'm not trying to name names or anyone, but there's definitely a few out there. They claim to be full-time traders when actually they make their money from other ways. So don't also be fooled into thinking that that has to be the situation. I know a few people that have got jobs and they trade and they do other things. So don't. I used to think like that myself. That was my mistake. I used to think like that myself. I used to think, man, I want to be full time. I want to do this. I want to do that. But now I'm doing my job. I'm happy, man. I'm doing my thing. Got two
Yeah, I think
incomes.
that's the thing.
Go
I
on.
was going to say, like, when everyone starts off, they want to be, that's the goal, to be full time, and you forget about the journey, and that's the most important thing. Like, you can still trade every day with a day job. It's not going to affect you. You've just got to learn to really enjoy it, because when you do eventually go full time, it'll be more worthwhile.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, couldn't really have said that any better. So yeah, spot on. But those paying attention as well. Sorry, GJ, not breaking down. Broke 30-minute low. Doesn't really matter. Still moving on bullish. But yeah, no, some people, like me personally, it done me good, man. It done me good to have a job and have a secondary income as well. On top of that, eases the pressure, and when you take the pressure off, you progress a lot more. In a way, I thought putting the pressure on was gonna make me progress more, but it didn't. It did. Ooh. It only made things worse, basically. That's it, mate. I was in a 35k FTMO challenge on Friday. It was up 2% and then ended up 7% down. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone. I just have to say, my opinion and say how it is. The fact that anyone's going for a funding program tells me they're rushing. In my opinion, reason you're rushing is because you're rushing to get capital. I can trade if I get capital. I can do. Trust me, I've been there. Stuffing savings into trading accounts. Every bit of week's wages you get, stuffing it into the account, thinking if you add more money that's gonna make you a better trader, and it doesn't. It doesn't. I learned that, man. I learned that. So yeah, honestly, take things slow. There's no pressure. You're only competing against yourself and who you were yesterday. That's it. Not who you are today. Sorry, not who somebody else is today. You're only trying to compete with who you were yesterday. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I see plenty of traders that are doing really well, and it is hard sometimes when you sit there and you think, oh man, well, he had a much better week than me, or and clearly see he caught a bigger piece of that move than me, or man, you're gonna be forever looking at other people thinking, you're never gonna be satisfied. But if you said to yourself, okay, well, I made this mistake yesterday and I improved today, well then you're winning, because you're focusing on you for starters, which means you've already won. And two, you're not getting sucked in by other people's achievements. Where when we're all on our own, it's a marathon. Everybody's on their own marathon. Some people are 2 miles ahead, some people are 2 miles behind, but the destination is the same. The marathon ends at the same place for both people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But GJ's looking still pretty good for upside. You'd have been in the trade for quite a while now. But that's all good, right? If you have specific target levels, you hold to them specific target levels. But yeah.
I would like to see this 15 minutes start pushing up though.
Yeah.
Before open, because if we can't seem to get above this flyer level, we never know. Open can just dump sometimes, can't it?
Yeah. I personally. Yeah, I personally would have liked that 15 to close above. I probably would have given it a re-opportunity, but the fact it didn't is quite a little bit concerning. 5 minute looks good though. It's one of them. It might just pump up. This next 15-minute candle might drive up, and this 30-minute now start to fill that wick that we had. Now that it's generated that liquidity based off that bottom wick. Yeah, like I said, those who were worried about this, and this is just what happens. Pull back. I said support formed higher than there. It did on the 5-minute. That's your kind of go-to. That's it. So it would have been a case of getting in over here, and you were just holding that trade. And like I said, exit strategy would have been two things: close your back in the range, maybe, but definitely something that you'd be concerned about, or breaks of this support. If the next kind of just came down and smashed over here, yeah, I'd be out, because that's the support that created this move up, and etc. So it looks good to be on its way, but we'll see. We'll see.
I saw on one of the challenge websites, and it was like one of the months. It was like about 2,000 or 3,000 participants entered in for some challenge between like 10k and like 200k, and then it was like 10% past the first challenge, and then there's a second challenge in there to get through to your funded account.
Yeah,
like 13% past that, and then out of all them people, only 3% got their first withdrawal.
Really?
Yeah, from their actual account. So it was like 3 or 4 people out of like over 2,000 actually started to make money off their funded account.
Wow.
And it's going to vary between months, but that was just one of the months I saw. I was like, wow, because they do publish their results sometimes.
Yeah. See, and then you think people, as well, they've spent how much on that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's madness. Absolute madness. That's why I just can't. I just can't agree with the funding schemes. To be honest with you, I think you just got to work and save yourself, like I did, and like a few people I know have done. It's just true. It's just you're putting too much in somebody else's hands. Too much power. And they have, they withdraw to you. It's different with a broker when it's your money, because that's your money, right? But this ain't your money. It's not. You're with a prop firm. Is the money they're even giving you real money? Because all I've ever heard is people trading off demo accounts. I'm just like, but how does that work, man? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense to me whatsoever.
But it's because they're mostly paying back people with the people that lost. So
yeah, of course. So basically, they're not actually making money from the market. They're just paying people what you should have won if you were demo trading, what people lost, basically. Yeah. It's a good business model, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't. Yeah, I mean,
it only works because people fail the challenges.
Exactly.
If everyone passed, they wouldn't be able to keep stable.
That's right. There you go. People make money based off of just human behavioural quick money schemes, It's quick money. That's what it is. It's quick money. People want quick money, quick capital, quick trading, quick profits, quick this, quick that, quick. No, take a deep breath. You know what I'm saying? Going for everything quick is just not gonna do any favors, man. It's really not gonna do any favors, especially in the long run. Man, it's only until I start working that out properly. Even I didn't even do that, but I wanted quick results. Quick. I wanted to get from making small amounts to massive amounts in a quick period of time. How can I get bigger wins? How can I do this? How can I do that? But that takes months, not days. Passed both stages and lost it in one day. Ouch. Yeah, that's not very good. Yeah, they are demo. Yeah. I don't really know too much about them. I just know from certain people I know that have been on there, and yeah, I can't even agree with anybody even advertising for to say yeah, come and come and join up on this funding program or whatnot. It's like, why, man? If that person's a bad trader, you're just leading them to losing their money that they could have put in a trading account and, you know, taken their time with it and a bit of trial and error, and they might get somewhere. But yeah. So what broker do you use? I am with Vantage FX. Vantage FX. Yes. But yes, I'm with Vantage. I do have an affiliation, but I need to post that up for those who potentially want to join up with them. I mean, I've been with them since my first live account, and I've never deviated. So they've been pretty good. Vantage, they've been very good to me, personally. So I can only vouch for those I've worked with directly. I don't vouch for people I haven't had anything to do with. I'm still in this trade. My stop loss below the previous 4 hour. Yeah, that's a pretty good place to have your stops. Yeah, definitely. That's makes sense. For sure. Would agree with that. Makes sense. And then I think, you know, if, like I said, if we break that support on the 30-minute, what would that be? Well, that would be the current 4 hour breaking its own low at that point. So, you know, if your original stops were down over here, you can manage risk in the sense of, you know, you can have a much smaller stops. You know, you could potentially close out anywhere below here. You know, you could potentially close it if you get 30-minute closing back in this range. You might want to do that. It's up to you, but definitely once that's broken, that would be my last area where I'd be like, yep, that is that trade finished. And then if it does that, you know, your field stops are there, you save that amount of pips basically. But yeah, that's definitely a sensible place to have stops for sure. Right guys, I'm gonna just go make a drink quick. I'll be back in a couple of minutes just before London Open. We'll see obviously how this 30-minute closes. Obviously for Open you'd want this 30-minute to close bullish. If it closes bearish, that's okay. So obviously you want to see it above 630 more than likely now at this point. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Last 5 minute might give you a push. Also might start coming back in the range. So just start watching how this candle closes basically. But yeah, so give me a couple minutes guys, and then yeah, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Right, sorry about that, guys. We're back. Ooh, 30-minute close back inside the range. Yeah, see, since price created a support over here, and then we've clearly broken down below that support, it's very tricky. That's why I didn't like that 15-minute candle. The fact that it couldn't close above. Yeah, so this is very tricky at this point. Again, depends on your comfortability. I'd say me in this situation, I'd personally probably be still holding. Based off 1 hour, you can see we're still respecting bullish structure, so there's still very much an opportunity for the 1 hour to continue. So that's what would keep me personally in that trade.
Yeah, I'm holding this still. That's why I'm still in this. Just based for 1 hour. How
yeah.
It looks.
Yeah, but based off 30-minute, let's say I started to get 15-minute closures engulfing that 30-minute, which I think is around here. Let's have a look. Yeah, so if I started to get breaks of like 560, then yeah, I'd be like, yeah, that's that trade done. Because the problem is we have broken down below this 15-minute support here. Does mean that it can push into the range, but the fact that we've got this 30-minute, that's the original support that needed to be respected in order for us to continue. And you can see on the 1 hour, that would basically be this as a zone. You know what I'm saying? So you can clearly see 1 hour, this 1 hour candle just done what that 1 hour candle done, and what that 1 hour candle done. And you can clearly see what we've been doing. We've been wicking down, right, to continue. Pulling back, wicking down to continue. Is this going to be the case again? Wicking down, and then we have another hourly continuous like that. We don't know. So just keep an eye on it. I'd definitely be looking at this to say, okay, understand that the trade was going into profits. We've clearly had rejections, reactions. We're now coming back. So just understand that this is going to be very tricky. Doesn't mean you're wrong, but just understand it's very tricky at this point. So be very almost now think to yourself, right, this trade as it currently stands could very well lose at this point. So now just start to say to yourself, okay, I'm preparing for that. But any 15-minute now breaking this zone here, now that's going to be a good shot. If you get a candle, let's say we do create a nice wick over here, right, and we start to do something like this, that's going to definitely give you a good opportunity, right, for the next candle to continue up, something around those lines like that. Okay, but we'll see. Moving on up. But yeah, any final questions or anything? Because we have to jump off the stream soon. Ow! Just rolled over my foot of my desk chair. Yeah, any questions? Anything you want to go through? I think someone mentioned gold. You can have a little look on gold. Have a little look on gold. So if you look at that gold on the 4 hour, again, currently in a range. You clearly see we have rejections from the outside of the range. Clearly now currently rejecting downside. So for sales, fairly straightforward. Be looking for breaks of support. Okay, potential then some form of like a resistance creation below 1890 would make a lot of sense. You can clearly see for buys, it's going to be a little bit tricky right now because we're at this resistance. New 30-minute candle hasn't closed yet. But if I was looking for buys, I'd probably wait to see some form of a push up, pullback, high level support form, then over here, and then give that an opportunity to push up. That is what I would personally look for on gold, but apart from that, it's going to be very tricky. So I'd probably wait to see 1888 break, and then I think it's going to be a nice downside move on gold coming down to around 1884. So that would be the make the most sense to take a sell on gold. So it'd be around 43 43 pip range roughly. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, can I ask what tool is this for drawing on screen? I just use the zoom. So this is what you get with the zoom. Just go to draw, and then you can just draw. I'm saying. But you can clearly see GJ. That's what we were talking about. 1 hour, still very much valid. So yeah, very well still could push up at this point. I know plenty of people that would have probably closed off that 30-minute closure back in the range, but like we said, there was different conditions for different exits. So based off the 1 hour, no reason to close that trade at all. Still respecting 1 hour resistance, respecting 1 hour resistance, respecting 1 hour resistance, right? 30-minute, however, you may look at it and say, oh well, we've closed back in the range, I don't really want to be holding that. Fine, close it, but there's always going to be different variables. And I said, for me, I'd still be holding that trade. I mean, it'd be a very annoying trade to be holding for such a long time, but that's just how the game goes, right?
Destiny, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, in terms of a 1-to-1, definitely had the 1-to-1. Because I was looking at my ratio of trades that hit 1-to-1, and it was such a high proportion. So, but I'll go through that with you later. When I get back from work, a little private stream in that. But yeah, any final question, guys, before I'm gonna have to take off here? Day job on that. Yeah, it's been a tricky day though, no doubt. It's been a tough day, slow moving session. But you know, like we said, if you set the exit requirements and you just held the trade, then you know, still very much potential for this to continue. Any final things to say, YouTube? Anything at all? If not, we're gonna call it a day and we're gonna be back tomorrow. But yeah, either way, we did call out the buys. You know, for those that pay attention, you did have your 10 pips. If that's any good to you, that might not be. But either way, there was profit on the table. If not, if you have specific target requirements, like how I like to trade, you'd still be in this trade based off the fact of the 1 hour structure and the fact if we could create high level support. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription. If we can create a high level support again than we did over here, like I said, you know, as long as we create higher support above here, then there is very much possibility for that to continue. But obviously you just want to keep an eye on the situation, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, what's happening, what's going on. You can clearly see now on your 5 minute time frame that this area is going to be important. From a 5 minute perspective, this area is going to be important, right? You can see support was formed all in here. You know that, okay, if we start to get 5 minutes breaking down below here, what's that going to probably show you? That we're very much struggling to push up at that point. Okay, but yeah, we're going to wait and see anyway. But yeah, apart from that, I think GJ looks good to continue in my opinion. I think there's still potential for upside. But yeah, just got to keep an eye on it now, especially with the volume. If it's not going to happen within the next, probably by 9, then I'd be very concerned that we're going to just range, potentially pull back. So yeah, I'll be very much looking for this to continue within the next 45 minutes to probably half an hour. You'd want to then see it probably back above 720s by then. Otherwise, I think it's going to be very tricky at that point. But yeah, anyway guys, I'm off. Take care. Drop a like on the stream. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a shorter stream, probably in around an hour, maybe 45 minutes, but it doesn't matter. You know, as long as we can run through some analysis, run through some things, then it's all good. But yeah, so no problem at all. Obviously, if any of you guys want to join the HTG community, you know where to go. Website is on screen. That gives you full access to the Zoom, all the daily analysis, all the webinars, etc, etc. But yeah, you lot know the score. From tomorrow I'll be putting up the Vantage FX link, so if you want a good reliable broker, I can definitely vouch for them. And obviously I've got the link there for you guys tomorrow, and then that gives you an opportunity to join up with them. I think you get a little bit of a better deal if you go through my link. That's why I obviously want to offer that to the community to help those that want a little bit better commission. But yeah, anyway, enough of me talking. Have a good day guys. Hope those in buys it works out. We've set all the exit requirements, the continuation requirements, everything basically. So yeah, keep an eye. Have a good day, trade safe, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Thank you very much. Thank you Yo, thank you Vin, appreciate it. Have a good day, take care, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Ooh, nasty on the 30 minute. Just keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it. Yeah, just keep a little eye on that 5 minute level. I think if we start getting breaks down below there, I think then yeah, you know, it's going to be very, very difficult. But yeah, apart from that, have a good day. Take care, and just maybe see how that 30 minute closes. You trade MMM. No idea what MMM means. Yeah, I don't know what MMM means. Rose Gold Beach. I'm about to leave, so if you quickly want to elaborate what you mean, I can answer that. If not, then I'm going to shoot off. MMM. You trade MMM. What is MMM? Ooh, gold. Gold's pushing up with London Open volume. No higher support though. Nah, not good enough for me. Very tricky. Anything that sort of made sense, maybe based off the 1 hour, but apart from that, I'll be looking to take buys above 1898 at that point. Support formed above there. Market maker method. No, I don't know what market. Well, market maker method is something to do with brokers, but yeah, no, I don't do anything like that. I just trade price action. That's it. I don't do any methods. Just trade the candles, trade what I see. That's it. That is it. There's no method. There's no market maker. Monday morning micro lot. Yeah, Monday morning micro lot. Exactly. Yeah. Just watch that 15-minute closure. Watch this 15-minute.
Very decisive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tricky day actually.
Yeah.
Very tricky day. But
It's still not smashing down though. That's the thing.
yeah, exactly. So it's still very valid. Still very valid. Yeah, we're not smashing down, so keep an eye. Still could very much continue, to be honest. But yeah. Alright guys, I'm off. Cheers YouTube. Take care.